guys, welcome back to my channel, Joyfully Homeschooling Boys. My name is Frances. If it's your first time around here, I am a stay-at-home mom for about 15 years now. I've been home before I came out of the corporate world and working, and I am home now. We are in our 5th year of homeschooling, and the last year was a journey, and this year I'm determined to find the joy and the love of learning that we used to have. And then last week I did a full week, fully loaded, of everything that we needed to do. And this week I'm pulling 2 subjects off, and that is just our fix-it grammar and vocabulary. So those are the 2 things that I'm pulling off from this schedule for right now. But today I am going to go over the schedule with you and how I kind of schedule it. So basically I just have a schedule on Canva, and I will show it to you right here. This schedule basically for all of my kids just lets them know what subjects have to be done every single day. As far as what they actually have to do for the day in that subject, that is, this year I'm using Trello. I did try Trello other years, but I'm finding that this year it's easier for them. And even when we are on the go, they go on the Trello board and they just write those things down in their planner. They have school nest planners that we are still using from last year. So when we are on the go, they do use them. They don't use them every day. I am just trying to get them to learn how to be more independent as far as like where to find their work, knowing what they need to do. And then online they might actually like better than a planner, so I'm also trying to work that out too, whether it's like you like paper and you like online. Is it better to do like a Google Classroom type thing for you, or like I'm trying to figure out all those kinks with each individual child, because as you know, like you might be a planner mom who loves paper planning, but there might be the flip side of that where you don't. So when it comes to using Trello and their stuff being on Trello, what I do is I go in on the weekend and I plug in all of their work for the week. And then on Friday, when I go to plan the next week, I take all that information of the stuff they completed and I write it in my planner. So I'm kind of like a reverse planning mom. I don't really plan too much ahead because, hey, the weeks, things happen, and sometimes you just don't get to everything. So I like when stuff goes in my planner, that is stuff that we actually completed. It might look a little packed, but sometimes it's just they might have to read a certain book for literature. You know, it looks like a lot. This is their schedules are fully done right now. So even though we're not doing every subject, everything is on there that they do have to complete every day. For my younger one, he might be doing up to like 10 things a day, but the reality is that his memory work he listens to every day. And the only subject that he spends more than 20 minutes on sometimes is a math and probably his English language arts. Anything else for my 11-year-old, it's taking him at least 5 to 10 minutes to do. And yeah, so his day is kind of short. My goal in setting up this room / classroom / hangout area for my kids and changing it was meant to have somewhere in the evening that they can go and possibly use, because the house is being used. So I don't want to be eating dinner and they have to be doing work, because my second oldest is in culinary from in the mornings. Like, you know, he has to come home and work, which means he has to work in the evening hours. So for some of the days, not all of the days, but yes. And some days, honestly, he comes home because he's exhausted. He's waking up very early. He's at the bus at 6:40 and he's back by 10:45, but just doing it every day by Wednesday, after the weekend, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he's really tired. So on Wednesdays when he gets home, he conks out. He's like, takes a nap. So this is something that I also have incorporated in his actual schedule. So These schedules, I do have them pinned on the wall just so it's like, worst case scenario, something happens and mommy's not prepared, they can look on the board and say, oh, I need to do this. And then even if they have to verbally ask me like, oh, mom, what am I supposed to be doing this? Because usually I kind of have some of type of knowledge of where they last left off in the book and where they are going in the book in order to give them instructions. Now, if there is ever a time where I don't get to plan their stuff for the week or just for that day, I will delay school for the day so I can come in here and work all that out before they even come into space, because that helps me and everybody not to go crazy for the day. We are in 2 homeschool groups. We are in a complete homeschool group on Monday, and that takes up our whole day. We are literally there from morning till about almost dinner time by the time we get home. And that's where I'm teaching that day also. So Mondays is not really a day where we're doing home work at home. And this is something last year that was really rough because of like certain subjects that you just need to do every day. Like I'm noticing this year from my older high schoolers, like they need to do science every day. They need to do math every day. And depending on what the history looks like, I know for my 9th grader, he needs to do history every day because it's a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of writing, notes, all of that. So, and that's with not grass. And as the year goes along, I will do videos, kind of just explaining to you what you would find online or in the book if you purchase it, and like how, if it could fit into your homeschool. Yeah. So as always, I try to make Fridays a little bit lighter. The only thing this year, as far as like English language arts, mostly all of our English language arts, I had to flip our together time, like classroom style teaching. I had to change that from Thursdays and Fridays to Wednesdays and Fridays. So I'm still figuring that out, because on Thursdays, my kids are actually in a play at our church. So now we have rehearsals on Thursdays. It kind of took away from us going to the libraries on that day, but we might swap it over to Tuesdays, because Tuesdays we kind of do like our fine arts stuff in the like afternoon. And so everything's there and together, but our schedule is tight, and our calendar is full, and I really have to be on top of like keeping schedules and all of that stuff, because it could fall apart very quickly. Not only that, me and one of my sons is in therapy on Thursdays. Thank God it's at the same time, but it is something that at the end of the day on Thursdays we go to therapy, so that's also on our schedule. And yeah, there's just a lot of things going on this year. I'm already planning a trip for us in November, because my second oldest, who's in culinary, of course, he is on a public school schedule. So this year it's kind of like, yeah, we're not as free and don't have the freedom to do things. A lot of our, little field trips will have to be like from the later in the morning to like evening time, because we don't have we can't go early in the morning because he's not home. And I still want to make the effort to travel with all my kids, because he is a 10th grader and he only has 2 more years home. If he decides to take a gap year, that's up to him, but who knows where he will end up when it comes to culinary. On their schedules, basically, for my 9th and 10th graders, mostly every day, if not 5 days, 4 days is history, science, which is biology, American history for one, world history for the other one, and then language they do 3 times a week. I say a lot, don't I? And then there's fix-it grammar, which they do twice a week, and vocabulary, which they do twice a week, which is right now, it's not on the schedule until we can kind of get a groove into our core subjects. They have to do their chores every day, of course. And sorry, I'm just looking at my computer to make sure that I'm mentioning everything that is on their schedule. Also, with the form and with their health, they do their health book once a week. and then they watch the health with the form and watch all the videos. And then on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, they have to work out together. Just so we are keeping up with our phys ed and health thing. And then Saturdays also, if we are not going anywhere for the day, they are required to read, to do their math, and to work out. So working out is every Saturday regardless, because it doesn't take that long. So no matter if we're leaving house in the morning, they can come back and do it in the afternoon. And I also have set in place a page before gaming sheet, because I have to sign off. And basically what I do is I go in on their Trello on Fridays and I write down what they did not complete for the week, because sometimes they act like they don't be seeing stuff. So I write down everything they need to complete for the week, and I was shocked. Honestly, this was our first week doing it, and they finished all that work. And I was like, yeah. So the power of video games, right? Because my sons, they do like to play video games, and yeah. But for me this year, I have to lay down the law, and because I don't want to come out another year of like, oh, just because I don't like it or I don't want to do it. Nobody has ever liked every subject that they had to take in life. Sometimes it's just a requirement, you know, especially when you talk about college and then getting a degree, and sometimes you just have to take the class. My little one, he wants to do coding, so I'm still working on getting that, and you will see that when I get that. My 9th grader, he is interested in architecture and psychology. So basically, I am trying to create the habit in the house that you work before you play. So even with the things that they love and that they are interested in right now, my goal is to make it to where it's like you set your day. You sit down, you finish your work. Once you finish your work, and I'm trying to get my older two to realize that if you get up, you could be done before noon, but we're working on it, like I said. So even with that, in the afternoon, it's basically going to be all free time. So I have said, like my little one, if you want to code for an hour in the afternoon, you are welcome to it, as long as your work is done. And I kind of am minimizing how much TV they're doing during the week, because like I said, it's better for you to put in the time, and then your weekend is free to be like, oh, you want to do this? Or sometimes they want extra time on the video games. Like, yeah, so I don't feel a certain type of way letting them have extra time. I want the work done, and that's just a requirement that I'm setting this year. My 9th grader is doing Spanish. His Spanish has already started. He's about a month into it. He's doing fine with that. My little one, he's doing Latin with memory, and my oldest, I'm still looking for French. He wants to do French because it kind of relates to culinary. I did have Rosetta Stone on my computer right here, and it's not really working right, so that's on a pause because I have to see what's going on. That I didn't mention was their required reading. And what I mean by required reading is something that I am reading with them. So currently I'm reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. We were supposed to read this over the summer and we did not get to it. So I read 10 to 15 pages for the week, and then I give them the assignment. So they also have to make sure that they're reading those same pages, and then it's like we're doing discussion. Our class time, I'm still trying to work that out and get into a groove, because basically Thursdays when we do our classroom style, I am covering a note-taking, English language arts, which is just a review, and then writing. As of right now, grammar is going to be the first half of the year, and writing is going to be the second half of the year, and then note-taking, it will be until we finish it. Fridays, we are doing our loop schedule, and this is something I'm currently working on, because this loop schedule, it's probably going to carry us for the next year. So it'll be this school year and next school year, only because I really want to put something together that we enjoy, that we're creating, and we're covering a lot, and there's no rush to it. So this is where I'm free to just create and find things and things like that. And also in my creating, I really want to start being able to share with you guys what I'm creating, and really open up a digital homeschool shop. I'm trying to get on myself and really get to it, guys. By next year, I'm really trying to get on myself, guys. Tell me to do it.
So basically in Trello, I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday set up. And I kind of just use this as far as like AI schedule for me, especially on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, because those are my busiest days. So I put in everything. Well, I'm praying, reading, exercising, because this year I really want to keep to my own schedule. Sorry about that. So next, let's go to my oldest. I have really kind of color coordinated all of their schedules. So as you can see, he starts out with culinary, and then math is red, and then bio is blue, American lit, and then basically you in Trello, you just push this button and you can put a complete new board in, a complete new list, I should say. This is a board, this is a list. So if you want to put something else in, that's how that works. So I just labeled all of them the days of the weeks so they kind of know what they're doing. You also can go in and put, like, let me go in here, see if I have another one. You can go in and put a different cover in. You can search a cover. So like I searched a workout routine thing. So I just put that there for workout, and then the independent read that we're reading, grammar and all of that. And his back picture is a, if you can see it a little bit over here, his back picture is like food because he's interested in culinary. So yeah, this is how I do it. When they go in, they basically see their work that's listed right here for the day. When they are complete, they check it off. This helps me on Fridays, knowing what they have left to work for the week. As you can see, on Saturday, I left some of the pictures, but I recently just changed all of it to colors, which I'm still working on his because it's not concise like the other ones. But yeah, this is what his looks like. I'm really kind of cutting it down to what they need to do versus all the things I would like to see them do for right now. So we are getting that done. Now, Mark, he's interested in law, so that's what that looks like right now. He basically is color-coded very much. What he's reading right now, his memory, math, and then his other things are labeled out. I am liking this because it enables me to reverse plan. So like I said, once they check this off and it shows right here that it's off, it's complete, I can now put this in my planner and say, oh, he did do this. Because last year, I feel like I spent a lot of time erasing on my planner. So this is going to give me what I need. I did have chores on all of them, but I recently took them off because I have a family wall in my house where all of that is listed on there. So he does do a lot. Like his Wednesdays and Thursdays are very heavy. So these are the 2 days where we might most likely take lunch and then we come back to work. If he's not in the mood to really complete the work that he needs to do for the day. Also, because this is their school thing, I set up all the websites that they need for their work. So this is the only place that they need to come. And then we have art because I like the loop art. And so our composer stuff, you'll get all that information when I come out with the video. But building our president study, logic, you're getting a little cheat sheet right now. Social emotional, Bible, geography, and then I have a tab for field trips. The good thing with this is that you also can put pictures in here. The other reason that I love this app is because that it travels. So I have this app on my phone. So once I know something, I can automatically put it in, especially if it's for myself, or I have an idea for like Canva to do something, which I'm trying to train myself in Canva. And even Instagram, if I have an Instagram idea, I just go to my phone and plop it in here. I'm really trying to make one place where I do it all.
Little surprise unboxing at the end of this for those of you that are still watching. I recently bought our Bible, which is from Not Consumed, and I bought the Grow series for my kids, Spiritual Disciples series. So it was Very beautiful. If you can see it, hopefully you can see that. It came with binoculars, which they actually are pretty good binoculars. It came with highlighters that have like the studies that they're gonna do on the highlighters. And then these are the, it also came with 3 pens, but my kids already got it the pen, so they're not in here. One was actually looked like a key, which was really, really, really nice. So, sorry, it has glare. So one of them is shine. And of course, as you know, you always get the stickers. The only thing I feel like is different, you usually get scriptures to memorize, but these have challenge cards in them. And it says, in your prayer journal, write out the ACT formula so that you can remember it when you are praying. So it gives you challenges to do with each one. And you get stickers. Let me show you. You get stickers. All of them are different. And a bookmark. This is the one for Amen. So Amen. And then they got stickers to go with all of them. Developing a quiet time with God. How to study the Bible. Stewarding the good things God gives us. And the other one is how to pray. That's the Amen one. The study is more independent, so I do want to figure out what that looks like, whether they'll do it before they go to bed, and maybe we'll meet once a week or we're going to meet every day. I'm still trying to figure that out. I also got the parent book so that I could read stuff before we get together and discuss. I really want us to like create an actual Bible study. We were usually doing Bible study right before our family meeting. That is also something that I'm trying to move around and finagle. And because, yeah, it's busy this year. But we do have our Bible study. I did get this one study. I figured these 5 will last us for the whole entire year because, like I said, it's more so going to be self-paced and not necessarily like, oh, we did this on this day, on that day. And yes, I do want to do Bible every day, but because my second oldest is not home in the mornings, and then, you know, things happen in the afternoons, it's kind of hard. So I'm still figuring out where exactly we are putting this. I'm probably going to do dinner 3 times a week. Like after dinner, we'll do this. If they can't do it independently before, we will just go ahead and do it together. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell if you do not want to miss my next upcoming video. And I will check you out later. Bye.